Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've never done on this channel before. I am going to be doing a transfer video for the Premier League so far this season. I wanted to go through some of the transfers that the Premier League teams have done so far and my opinions on the transfers. I'm still going to be doing my Premier League predictions, but I thought this transfer window has been so good and I haven't done a video on it at all. And there's a couple of breaking news stories that have come through today. Today I am filming this video on Thursday the 24th of July. So I thought I'd do this video now. Obviously it won't go out today because obviously I have to edit it and stuff. And then if any other breaking news comes up while I'm editing, then I'll add it into the video, if that makes sense. So if I'm in like a different topic another day, then that's probably why. So I wanted to have a look at this transfer window so far in the Premier League because I think this Premier League season could be one of the best Premier League seasons ever. And this transfer window has been absolutely amazing. The amount of transfers that the top teams have done in the Premier League is just, I can't believe it. Especially my club, Liverpool. I've never seen my club act like this in a transfer window ever. And I'm just like, I can't believe it. So first, I'm going to go through some of the breaking news today, and I'm really excited for this. So, the first breaking news story that I woke up to this morning to was from Fabrizio Romano breaking Alexander Isak informed Newcastle his plans to explore move this summer. Isak didn't travel to pre-season tour as he's open on a new chapter of his career. Concrete options to leave. The striker remains a target for Liverpool this summer, even after signing Ekitike. It depends on Newcastle. If Newcastle open doors to an exit and Liverpool sell Luis Diaz, the Reds can send official bid after direct contact made 10 days ago to show concrete interest. Isak not in concrete talks with Al Hilal so far. Meanwhile, Newcastle have restarted looking at top strikers on markets with move anticipated soon. And I'm really excited about this. If you didn't realise, a couple of days ago, we sent a 120 million, I think it was euros bid or pounds to Newcastle, and they rejected it straight away. So we sort of done like an ultimatum saying to them, well, if you won't give us Isak, then we'll buy Ekitike because they were going to buy Ekitike. And because they rejected the bid, we bought Ekitike. He's literally in Hong Kong with Liverpool now. So then Newcastle thought, oh yeah, we still got Isak. But then Isak has literally just handed in a transfer request. So we've got an update about Isak. I'm filming this on Monday the 28th of July, and Fabrizio Romano put out yesterday that breaking Liverpool ready to go big for Isak after selling Luis Diaz. Top target remains Isak and hasn't changed even after signing Ekitike. Isak keen on the move, only dreaming of the Reds. Up to Newcastle to decide what they want to do. Liverpool prepared for record bid if doors opened. So it's getting closer and closer. I keep updating you. I'm filming this the night before. I wanted to leave it as late as possible just in case there was any breaking news. Literally, this transfer window for Liverpool is like the best. And a lot of the other clubs in the Premier League have done a lot as well. I'll go through transfers in for the top teams from the Premier League in a minute. But I just wanted to have a second to talk about how I think this Premier League season next season could be the best Premier League season ever. I think like the transfers that the teams are getting in is just amazing. Like if we go through the top teams, so Arsenal have brought Kepa Arrizabalaga is second choice goalie, that's fine, 5 million. Martin Zubimendi, £51 million. I'm looking on this on Sky Sports, by the way, so if any of these are wrong, it's not my fault. Christian Norgard for 15 million. Like he's not going to play every week, is he? Do you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of Arsenal fans were like really upset with this one, but I just don't really get why, to be honest. It's 15 million quid. Like it's not like you're paying like 40 or something. Do you know what I mean? And then this one, I do understand the Arsenal fans. Noni Madueke to Arsenal from Chelsea, £52 million. That one I understand the Arsenal fans not liking at all. For some reason, Arsenal, they always buy players from Chelsea, and I don't really understand why. Like, it's just a bit odd. It's like they have like a thing, do you know what I mean? And then Chelsea transfers so far. I think they've done a couple more actually. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if this has been updated. They bought Jamie Gittins from Dortmund for 51.5 million, João Pedro from Brighton for 60 million, Liam Delap, Ipswich, 30 million. I think that would have been a little bit more. Because it was a release clause, it only cost 30 million. And Esteval Willian from Palmeiras, 29.1 million. And they sold Petrovic to Bournemouth for 25 million. And then our transfer window is Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth for 40 million, Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for 116 million. I know that's quite a lot. Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen as well, 29.5 million. I think that's a steal, by the way. I think it was a release clause, so it's a like, do you know what I mean? But that is such a good signing, I think. Mamadashvili from Valencia, 29 million. I think we bought him last season, but we sent him out on loan. And then Hugo Ekitike, we've literally just bought him a couple of days ago. Eintracht Frankfurt for 79 million. Oh, and we got rid of Kelleher to Brentford for £18 million. I thought that was quite cheap, to be honest. But and then Manchester City got Reinders from AC Milan for 46.3 million. Ryan Nori from Wolves for 36.3 million. Cherky from Lyon for 34 million. That's a really cheap transfer as well, and I reckon he's going to do very well. And Manchester United, they got Brian Mbumo for Brentford for 71 million. I just can't believe how long that saga went on for, to be honest. Cunha from Wolves for 62.5 million. Diego Leon, I think that was in the January of last season, wasn't it? And then yeah, that was 7 million. Newcastle, by the way, they've only brought Alanga in and Antonio Cordero. It was a free transfer from Malaga, but they keep getting snubbed by everyone. Literally, they was in for Mbumo, they was in for Ekitike, they were in for Mark Gahey, I think it was Mark Gahey from Palace, and I think there was a couple more, and they just all got rejected. And now they might actually lose Isak as well. I can't believe it, to be honest. And now they're definitely going to have to bring a new striker because he's literally handed in a transfer request. And with the Isak thing as well, even before he handed in his transfer request, there was a lot of Saudi reports saying that they was going to like pay a lot of money for him. Obviously, Newcastle are owned by Saudi, so I don't know. I think they would rather. I think Newcastle would rather sell Isak to Saudi than he would to us, because obviously we're in the Premier League, and also Saudi would probably offer more money. Like they'll go up to like probably like 200 million. Do you know what I mean? Especially because Newcastle are owned by them as well. I know that we got our 120 million. I can't remember if it was pounds or euros that got rejected. But I don't think he's going to go to Saudi, to be honest. I think if obviously he wants to move now, I reckon he will come to us. I'm just hoping, to be honest. Like I don't see him go to Saudi at all. And Barcelona can't pay the money. Real Madrid, they won't do it because they've got Mbappe and stuff like that. PSG, Enrique doesn't really play with a striker, so it's a bit. But the most suitable, or the options that probably would happen, I would put Liverpool and PSG a little bit behind us, because obviously I know that. And the reason why I think that we was always had a chance with Isak is because the stories have never gone away, and Liverpool was so good at, if we don't want someone or we're not in for someone, shut the story like down as soon as possible. But no one shut the story down at all, especially when we got that. We know that's not true because we literally bid for him like 10 days ago for 120 million. So I don't think that's going to happen. And as well, Rashford has gone to Barcelona. They didn't pay a transfer fee for him because it was on loan. But they're paying his wages, so Man United don't have to pay his wages. Quite surprised that Barcelona had done that one, to be honest, because we definitely know it wasn't their first choice. because they wanted Luis Diaz and they wanted Nico Williams, but they never happened. So Barcelona, like, they obviously thought, well, we might as well just get Rashford because we can't get them two. I don't really think he'll actually play a lot there either, to be honest, because Rafinha is on that side. Unless you want to play him as a striker, but I don't think he's a striker. Lewandowski's getting a bit old. I think he's like 37 now. So yeah, and him just as a striker doesn't make sense. And Jamal, like, he ain't gonna play on that side. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jamal's gonna play there all the time. And also, Luis Diaz might be going to Bayern Munich. We rejected a couple bids for him from Bayern Munich, but he definitely wants to leave. I'm back again with another update. Luis Diaz, here we go. Bayern agreed deal to sign Diaz on 75 million euros package from Liverpool. So that's a here we go. So that's done, dusted. It felt like he wanted to leave for ages anyway, so it's no surprise. I just hope that it works well for him over there. And it's 75 million euros. I don't know what that is in pounds. I think it's like 63 million pounds. So that's a very good deal for, I think like, he's 28 or 29, isn't he? So that's a very good deal. And Darwin Nunez, he was meant to go to, I think it was really close between him and I think it was Napoli or something like that. But Napoli bought a striker, so now that's off. I'm thinking, this could be just ridiculous. But we get Isak from Newcastle, and then Nunez goes to Newcastle. Not a swap or anything like that or anything, because that just doesn't make sense. Or we could probably do like a swap, like we give you Nunez and we'll pay you 110 million for Isak, like the other way. Or we buy Isak, because I don't think we're definitely not going to get him for 120 million. I reckon it'll be like 130, 140, something like that. Or we buy, yeah, Isak for like 130, 140, 120, whatever it probably will be. And then they've got all that money, so then they can just buy Nunez. But I don't know if that's going to happen. It's just in my head. I just had that thought. Do you know what I mean? Or there's Saudi Arabia for Nunez, but I don't know how concrete that sort of thing is. I want to go through who I think had the best transfers so far from the top four. So there's Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City. So I'm going to go through all that. I'm quite surprised Man City, at the start of the window, they was buying everyone. And then as soon as they got knocked out the Club World Cup, they haven't really bought anyone. I'm quite surprised. I thought as soon as they got knocked out the Club World Cup, I thought they would go, all right, we need to sort something out here, because they got knocked out by Al Hilal or one of the Saudi teams, I think it was. Can't really remember what one it was, but I think it's Al Hilal. Yeah, they haven't really done a lot of business after the Club World Cup, literally none at all. So I'm just a bit like, we've got another update. Man City have got a here we go for James Trafford. Agreed deal to sign James Trafford from Burnley. Deal done with Burnley under 40 million. Buyback clause. Transfer fee will be 27 million pounds. So that's here we go. Newcastle, they just ain't getting their targets at all, really, are they? Oh yeah, and Arsenal bought Gyökeres. I can't remember if I said it already or not, but it isn't actually on the Sky Sports website. I think it's because I don't know if Arsenal have officially announced it yet. Arsenal have confirmed Gyökeres, and he wears number 14. Obviously, Thierry Henry's number. So Arsenal have confirmed that. Obviously, I know everyone probably knows it anyway, but I just thought I'd let you know. Kepa for Arsenal is a backup goalie. I think he's the most expensive goalie ever when Chelsea brought him, and then they sold him for 5 million. Like, everyone's getting angry about this transfer. I don't think it's a bad transfer, like, ever. Zubimendi, this was not done, but it was done in January, wasn't it? And then it was all faffing about and like, is he actually coming? Because he was talking like he wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's good. Not gonna lie, I haven't really seen a lot of him. Christian Norgard, like, it's 15 million quid. He ain't gonna play every week. So I don't think that's a bad transfer. It's a backup, because Arsenal fans always moan about injuries. Like, you can't really moan for a backup. Do you know what I mean? And it's 15 million. I'd understand if it was like 50. But yeah, then Noni Madueke, That's the one. It's like not really feeling that one. If Liverpool would have brought Noni Madueke, I would have been fuming because I don't think he is worth the 52 million quid at all. Just don't really understand it. Do you know what I mean? Especially when Man United got Mbeumo for like 10 million more. It just like, so their transfer window has been good so far, and obviously Gyökeres, he's in. It's been here we go. Right, so Chelsea's window, they've got Jamie Gittins from Dortmund for 51 million. Not gonna lie, I haven't seen a lot of him to be honest. Only watch like other leagues when it's in the Champions League if it's like a good game sort of thing. So I don't really know a lot. I think that is okay business. Jao Pedro, I saw him in the Club World Cup. I didn't think he was going to be that great, especially for 60 million. But it looks like a good deal right now. So yeah, that's quite a good deal. Also, I need to congratulate Chelsea for their Club World Cup win against PSG. I didn't think that they would be able to beat them, to be honest, but they did. They beat the Champions League winners, so and they got 100 million quid for it as well. Liam Delap from Ipswich for 30 million. It was a release clause. Like I think he's like 21, 22 or something like that. So I think that is a good deal for Chelsea. Esval Williams, I don't know nothing about him to be honest. 29.1 million, so I can't really think on that. Also, there's a couple of updates for Chelsea. Jarell Hatto and Javi Simmons. Chelsea remain confident to sign both Javi Simmons and Jarell Hatto deal on. Negotiations continue with Ajax after agreement with Hatto on contract last week seem as a matter of time. Javi Simmons wants Chelsea and talks with RB Leipzig underway on the final fee and structure of the deal. So them two looks like it's going to happen. If there's a here we go, then I'm going to do another edit. Sorry it's so dark, but I have to do this. It's the night before I put the video out, and I want to get it all done. And then our window, Milos Kerkez for 40 million. I think I've been watching him in pre-season. He looks really good. Obviously, Andy Robertson is getting a little bit older. I don't know how much he played last season, but I don't think he played as much as he did as what other seasons, if you know what I mean. So I think that's a good deal. Florian Wirtz, 116 million. I've watched him in pre-season, and he just looks effortless passing the ball. What I've realised as well, he never smiles, and it's like he doesn't want to be there. But then I saw him smile like the other day on because Liverpool put a picture up on Instagram and he was smiling. I was like, yeah, he's finally smiling, and other people noticed that as well. I think it's just that he was shy or something. Do you know what I mean? But 116 million, he better play. I've heard people saying play him on the left, play him there, play him there. 116 million, play him where he's meant to be played. In the Szoboszlai position. Like he's an attacking midfielder. Just play him there. You've bought him for that much. You can't just go, oh, we bought him from that. We're going to put him on the left. I know he can play on the left, and I know he can sometimes play on the right and stuff like that. Play him in his actual position. And also with this transfer, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him because of how much he cost. If it doesn't go well, then I'm going to be gutted, to be honest, because I've watched him in pre-season and I watched him play against us actually in the Champions League for Leverkusen. I know the Liverpool fans won't go in on him in the first season if he doesn't do well, because obviously he's bedding into like the team and stuff like that. But I really like this transfer so far, and he looks so good, so I'm so happy about this. And I never thought that we were going to get him, to be honest, because Man City were in for him, and apparently Man City turned him down because it was too much money. But even some Man City fans were saying there's no way we turned him down. Like he definitely rejected us and said like no. So and apparently he did want to come here. So I'm glad about that as well. I'm glad that he isn't just coming here for the money or anything like that. So that's good. Mamadashvili, he was bought last season, but obviously he won't probably start a lot of the games this season because of Alisson. But Alisson, over the last couple of years, has had a thing with injuries, and obviously Kelleher's gone, so he'll probably be the backup until Alisson leaves. But I think Alisson's going to leave in like next season anyway, only because he's made like a documentary, and normally when players make a documentary about their time at a club, they normally leave. And obviously with Liverpool giving Salah and Van Dijk with new contracts, I don't think they'll give Alisson a new contract only because of his injury record. So I think that's a really good deal. Jeremy Frimpong, I like him. but I'm a bit scared. I've only watched a bit of him, and I know Trent was bad defensively. I think Frimpong is a little bit worse defensively, if that makes sense, but he's so good going forward. And I think that's the reason why we brought Frimpong in, by the way, because he's sort of like Trent, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's a very good deal. And for the price as well, it's amazing. Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt. We literally got this done a couple of days ago for 79 million. Now, we bought him because we couldn't get Isak. But now, because we might get Isak, he's either going to be back up to Isak if Isak comes, or you either play Isak down the middle and then Ekitike on the left. I think that's how we'd probably do it. Even if we don't get Isak, we've still got a very good striker. I know that it's quite a lot of money, but I think it's going to work out. And I think he's only like 23 or something like that as well. I think we gave him a 6-year contract. So I think that's a really good deal, to be honest, as well. And then Man City transfers. Ryan Diaz, 46.3 million. I can't really say anything on that because I haven't really watched him. But AC Milan had a really bad season last year. I think they finished like eighth or seventh or something like that. Ryan Nora from Wolves, that's a good deal. 36.3 million. I think that's an amazing deal. Ryan Cherky from Lyon, I think he's going to be amazing. What I've heard, I haven't watched a lot of him, but what I've heard, he is an amazing midfielder. I think he's a midfielder. So yeah, that's good. And then Nipan from Rosenborg, it's 12.5 million. Never watched him before in my life, so I can't really say anything on that one, to be honest. So yeah, the only reason why I've done them 4 clubs is because they were the top 4 this season. And I think that the top 4 is going to be the completely same, because not a lot of other clubs have done business like the 4 teams. So Man City, us, Chelsea and Arsenal. Not a lot of teams have done business like us this season, except Man United. But I don't think they're going to finish in the top 4. I think they're going to be. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that until my Premier League prediction. But this is the transfer window so far. If anything else comes in, then I'll add it to this video at the end, because I don't know when I'm going to put this out. I'm probably going to leave it a couple of days so that I can, because there's probably going to be news later on, or in the next couple of days, and I probably won't put this out till Tuesday. So if there's anything else, then I'll put it in the video. Especially if there's a Isak, here we go to Liverpool, then I'll be coming straight on. I might actually do that as a separate video, to be honest. I just want to talk about next season a little bit. I just think the top 4 are building super teams for the Champions League and the Premier League. I've never seen Liverpool spend like this in my life. Arsenal have brought a striker in what they needed. Man City have sorted their midfield problem out. I know Rodri's coming back, but I don't think he's going to play like a lot like he did in the past. Chelsea, they've actually sorted their striker problem out with 2 strikers, so that's good. But I still don't get why they haven't brought a goalie. Their goalie is worse than Onana from Man United, and that's saying a lot. So I'd definitely change that. Obviously, that could change though. So I think it's going to be the completely same top 4. It could be different, but from this point, I will say this: we should be winning the Premier League next season. If any Liverpool fans say that we shouldn't be, then they're lying. Because if we don't, then I'll hold my hands up and go, unless there's loads of injuries, then we should be winning the Premier League. Actually, probably more than that, to be honest, because in the Premier League era, we've never done back-to-back Premier League titles. I think in the 80s and 70s we did, but that's not the Premier League era. But we should be winning this Premier League, and probably the Champions League as well, to be honest. And because of last season, because we won it with none of them players and we still won it. So with all these players, we should win it. I think Arsenal, they've got Gyökeres in, and that's what they needed. But yeah, they need couple more players, I think, especially for depth. I think Havertz is still staying, so if Gyökeres gets injured, then Havertz will still be there. So I think this is going to probably be the best Premier League season, I'm going to say, ever. Probably not. But yeah, I think this is going to be a great Premier League season coming up. And I just wanted to do this video because I thought there's so many transfers that are going on in the Premier League this summer window. And we knew it was going to be a big summer window, especially with Liverpool, because I think Van Dijk come out and said during the season, this summer window is going to be massive or something like that for Liverpool. I do a lot of football content on this channel anyway, but I thought I haven't done a transfer window like one, so I thought I might as well do it and just go through some of the signings and stuff like that. Obviously, if any other transfers come in, then I'll put it into this video, like I said about 15 times. But if Isak gets a here we go to Liverpool, then I'm going to be doing a separate video for that. And please let me know in the comments what transfers you think that will do well or not do well. And I like doing these videos. I might do these videos more often, especially in the January windows, but not a lot of stuff normally happens in the January windows. I just think it's going to be a great Premier League season and I just can't wait for it, to be honest. So let me know in the comments if you want to see another transfer video again. So remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!